Welcome to Free Mike here. I'm Nicola. I am here. We're going to make some brownie bites, some brownie surprise bites. The reason why I call them brownie surprises is because we're going to put caramel, chocolate, and white chocolate morsels in the center of the brownie bites. So, let's go ahead and took me just a quick moment. This is what happens when you do it all by yourself. Okay, sorry about that. So in here I have my flour, my chocolate, my salt, all of my dry ingredients right in here, and I will post the full recipe online. So first thing I need to do is add 2 eggs. So how's everybody doing today? So I am still working with the Northern Lights infused butter, which is here. And it sealed itself. So now I'm going to add my CannaButter to my recipe here. Gotta get it all out, can't lose any of it. Yes, yes, yes. And then I'm going to take this 6 teaspoons of infused chocolate and pour that sucker right in there. Close this down and give us a mix. These are going to be so yummy. Okay, so I already have my oven preheated to 350 degrees. Go ahead and move a tray over. And I did get the video of how to quiet down my mixer. I just have not had a chance to look at it. Who wants to lick the beater? Anybody? Anybody? The kids aren't home anymore, so I don't have anybody to lick the beaters. Okay. Now I'm going to take this. Now I've already prepped my trays, but because I'm working with very, very sticky stuff, I'm just going to take my fingers and Pam. That way it doesn't stick so much, because this stuff will stick. Well, let me tell you. So, because now we're kind of working with chocolate balls. Now with these, the brownie bites, as well as what we did with the yummy bars, we're going to put these in the oven for a few minutes to start baking, pull them out, and fill them. Oh, this is so chocolatey, and the Northern Lights just, it mixes so beautifully with chocolate. Now, I do the same thing with the Pam when I'm working with other things as well. So like when I'm working with meatloaf and I have to touch the hamburger, I'll spray my hands with the Pam to keep them from sticking to my feet, to keep the hamburger from sticking to my fingers. So it works with more than just goody treats. You can also take this mixture here, put it in a pastry bag, and just kind of scoop it out, or squish it out. Which is probably what I'll show you guys next time, because it is a lot easier than this way. So there's the first tray. Oopsie. We're gonna change gloves here real quick. Because I was a little messy. Or you can spray a spoon, and that'll work just as well too. And then while I'm working on the last tray, I will put the first two in the oven, let them cook for about 4 minutes. And there's tray number 2. So we're gonna go ahead and stick this in the oven for a few minutes. And if I'm not mistaken, this recipe makes 4 dozen bites. You can also take and use candy molds. You can make one large brownie and cut it. I just like the individual ones. They're fun. I can decorate them with the caramel. I can do all kinds of stuff with them, as I'll show you in the next video. These, I think I will make a few trays for a Valentine's Day party this year for something fun, and give some away for our Valentine's giveaway. Okay. Okay, so now those are all filled. I change gloves a lot. So while I have started cooking these little brownies, I'm gonna start preparing the caramel. That's the caramel we have to put into these brownie surprises. Again, spray your hands with Pam to kind of help a little. And basically, we're going to make a little ball out of our caramel. Something like this. So we're going to need several of these little balls. And I put them on a cookie sheet because in order to finish this particular recipe with them, I'm gonna put them in the refrigerator for a couple of minutes. The reasoning for this is to make it easier when I go to put the two together. That way it's not so sticky. smells so good. With these, you can also do them as a drop method. Which would be taking 2 spoons and just dropping it. However, you always have to use ham. I'm also going to take this mixture and throw it in the refrigerator until I'm ready to use it. That'll help give me a little bit more form when I'm putting the second layer on the brownies. So I'm going to go ahead and just throw these in the refrigerator for a few minutes and start another tray. Look at this caramel. Fully infused caramel balls. Don't forget, if you haven't subscribed, if you like any of my content, subscribe to my channel, like some of the videos, share some of the videos. The more that we get people watching and understanding that cannabis is a medicine, it helps us in our daily life. That's what I'm here for. That's what I do, is I try to help people understand that, you know, opioids are not easy and they're hard on the body. They hurt. Cannabis, however, helps a lot. I can make a treat, sit down and eat it, relax. And, you know, go on with my day without too much pain. I don't have, you know, the opioid anger that is prevalent nowadays. People get so angry all the time. So all I want you is just to subscribe to my channel, kick back, smoke some weed, eat an edible or 2 or 3 or 5. I want to give some edibles away, so hit that subscribe button and maybe you'll be the next one to win. I love giving stuff away. That makes my day. So don't forget, subscribe. Besides that, you'll get me to shut up. That's always a plus, right? I might need to melt some more caramel. But we will see. Here is tray number 2 of caramel to go in the refrigerator. Okay. So these have all baked for a few minutes. You'll see how they've just kind of hollowed out in there and relaxed up. Basically, I'm going to take my white chocolate chips, throw them right into there. Okay, so you can see each tray has some chocolate chips in there. 3 to 4 chocolate chips are plenty per bite. That gives you a nice chocolatey squeeze when you bite into them. Okay, now that they all have chips in there, I'm going to pull my first batch of caramel out of the refrigerator. Take each one of these little caramel blobs and throw it right onto the top of there. So this is going to be like a caramely goodness. Okay, so now you can see all of the brownies have caramel and chocolate chippies in there. So we're just going to keep going right along this little path. Caramely goodness. And you can always take this caramel and throw it in your coffee in the morning, and you would get a really good caramely flavor and infuse your coffee all at the same time. Okay, so all 3 trays have their caramel and their nut and their white chocolate chunks in there. Now I'm going to grab the rest of the batter to put over the top. And then I'm going to throw these back in the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes. And they will be golden. Oh, you're fine. My dog. Think the neighbors can figure out how to turn their car alarm off without your help, mister. I know. I know. Now with this you can add nuts, you can add pretty much anything you want to it. I don't add nuts to most of what I make because I don't like them. Once we put this into production, we will do batches with nuts and without. So that's what your brownie bite will look like when it's ready to go back in the oven. And I try to get all of the caramel and nuts, or caramel and chocolate and everything covered with this part of the brownie. Hopefully Sean was able to make it. I need more Pam. The Pam isn't going to change the cooking on this at all. It'll just help with it sticking to everything. So don't worry about the Pam on this. It doesn't actually stay in the chocolate. I just try to make it nice and cover up everything on the inside of these brownie bites. So that way the cake mix goes over really well and flushes. It's just a pretty thing. Okay, separate the gloves, and let's work on the last tray. Now, with these brownie bites, you want to be careful not to get them too over full or they will overflow. These are going to be rich and gooey. Just the way I like my brownies. Oh, stop. And there she is. Now those are done, filled. Take a peek into my oven. There's the brownie bites. So we're gonna let them cook for about 15 minutes and I will post all of the pictures. Thanks guys. Have a beautiful day. See you soon.